To lovers of opera, there's no sweeter sound than the music of the three tenors. One of their biggest fans is a Chester native with a pretty good voice of her own. Chelsea Buyalos became infatuated with classical music at a young age, thanks to her grandmother.
In the car, bopping out to Tosca and, Puccini and Verdi and La Traviata.
By the time Chelsea was in middle school, it became clear she had the potential to be a prima donna herself.
Her sixth grade choral teacher came to us and said, "Do you realize she's got a gift?" And we were like, you tell them all of that. So we just kind of blew it off.
But the teacher persisted.
So we found a local gentleman here in Chester, and we pursued vocal lessons, and it just took off from there.
Over the years, Chelsea has performed on several big stages.
Oh, say, can you see?
But things reached a crescendo when she was accepted into a program to showcase her talent in Rome.
We were seeing opera. I was like, wow.
It was fantastic. It was an adrenaline rush to be in the country, in some respects where opera was born, to be able to sing for the native people, the Italians. It was a wonderful experience.
But what makes Chelsea's story truly remarkable is that she has become a world-class soprano despite a rare medical condition that could have made it impossible for her to even speak.
It's a true blessing that my voice box developed, my vocal cords developed.
Chelsea has what is known as golden hair syndrome.
I was born without an ear on the right side.
The disease also affects the eyes and has caused her to have an asymmetric face. It forced Chelsea to spend the first part of her life going in and out of the operating room.
I've had esophageal reconstructive surgery, lung surgery, 3 ear reconstructive surgeries, a facial reconstructive surgery. Too many to count, to be quite honest with you.
There's an obvious question. How do you sing with just one ear and sing opera?
I think of it this way, it's a gift from God, and I would be doing a great disservice to the man upstairs if I didn't share it. I also think the body is an amazing thing, and we learn to adapt.
And the doctors would say, "That's pretty phenomenal."
Hallowed be.
Chelsea has spent years training her voice. Now she's lending it to the voiceless.
That old saying of, you never judge a book by a cover. Well, sometimes that happens.
Inspired by a chance meeting with a young girl who is also living with a craniofacial difference, Chelsea recently took to social media to talk about her struggle with golden hair.
You want young children who are still trying to find their way into the world. I mean, I still am too at 31, but who are just trying to make sense of it all. Being able to be an older individual who has gone through all of that and to say there is another side after all of these obstacles and all of these surgeries. It was a cathartic experience.
Chelsea now lives in Baltimore and works at Johns Hopkins Peabody Institute, one of the world's most prestigious music schools.
I teach and I perform mainly, up and down the East Coast.
But she often returns to the small town where she grew up.
It's home. No matter where I go, no matter where music takes me, it's always home, and it's that support system.
Her advice to others like her:
embrace who you are. Don't hide. Encourage those that are around you to ask questions. Walk your truth.
And never let anything slow your tempo. Chelsea tells me she lives by this quote: "We can't change the cards we're dealt, just how we play the hand." And she's played hers pitch perfect. That's a look inside Wayne's World. I'm Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.